Hello, my name is Juan Rivera, and we're going to talk about data mining in education. Uh, Data mining is seen both as a tool and also as an invasive um, privacy profit-making engine for multi-billion dollar businesses. So again, there's the factor of kind of weighing the Faustian bargain. Uh, there are all these great apps that are available for use in the classroom for quote unquote free. But on the other hand, uh, a lot of that information is being used to market things to students. It's also being resold to other companies. So that creates a big issue regarding information policy on the data mining of children. So data mining at a school level can be a tool for learning and for profits, as I stated before. Um, Educational tech companies offer engaging technologies to enhance student learning. Uh, at its height, what the ed tech firms promise is that they'll be able to use metadata in order to be able to enhance student learning. So for example, Newton claims that using metadata, they'll be able to, quote unquote, tell who has trouble focusing on science before lunch and who will struggle with fractions next Thursday. However, other people worry about all the millions of data that are generated and how that data can be sold, resold, and manipulated. So a couple of examples that aren't mentioned on the slide is Khan Academy, um, got into trouble for logging the location of students, monitoring their browsing habits, and also seeking the rights to get personal information from other sources. So as the students are browsing on Khan Academy, their browsing data while they're using Khan Academy is sold and resold. Um, Code.org provides quote unquote free computer education, but also demands that schools volunteer to turn over the personal data of students. Uh, so it's this movement of biometric, getting biometric and metadata information about students. However, the tech firms argue that this metadata is a way to help students develop other educational products for students and create more value for students and learners. But we get back to the issue of, is data mining an educational tool or is it a profit fracker? Newton CEO says, I'm not calling your children a bundle of data. I'm just helping her learn. However, it's also the data mining business of children is also a huge business. The K through 12 market is a $300 billion market, and it's a growing market. Um, and the profit motive, it often drives a lot of the startup tech firms who, uh, if they're not making any money through other means, may sell data to other companies in order to be able to register a profit. Educators, parent groups, and privacy advocates are calling for increased limits on the use of data. They worry about the safety of cloud computing for private information. They worry about profiling and the stereotyping that may negatively impact students. So for example, uh, some student records, behavioral records have been stored on the cloud uh, and can be easily accessed. So privacy advocates worry that that information may be used to track students into certain behavioral programs or to track them out of certain college options or life options. The privacy advocates call for stricter control on student data mining by notifying parents of when companies seek to use data to create profiles of students, um, and also uh, to basically, allow parents to choose um, what kind of information which companies get, and to be notified when companies have the information of the students. The various government responses to these forces. There's something called FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Protection Act, which is meant to protect access to student records. And for the most part, this actually protects actual student records like report cards, medical records, um, kind of more official records like that. So metadata isn't quite protected by that. And furthermore, FERPA has been weakened during the Obama administration in 2008 and in 2011, and allows certain corporation and educational tech companies to be considered school leaders and be allowed to have access to student data. So parents did have a big win. In many states, they were able to block InBloom, which would involve the gathering and sharing of student records through cloud computing. It involved Bloomberg. It involved Fox Corporation. It involved Amazon, and they were able to win in many states and block the use of InBloom. However, recent privacy bills, after Obama called for more privacy in education, it might just kind of be lip service to that, but recent bills actually create more loopholes for private industry. Rachel Strickland of the Parent Coalition for Privacy explains, this bill is as though it was written to suit the interest of for-profit vendors and not the interest of children. Another bill is coming through that would allow parents to obtain and rectify information held by private firms, but it's heavily contested by industry. So in conclusion, educators are kind of involved in their own kind of Faustian bargain. There are tons of free and interesting apps that they can use in the classroom, and allows children to kind of learn at their own pace, create content, allows them to do a host of things in the classroom. It allows teachers to track student learning. However, some of those apps may be used to gain metadata about students. Some of that metadata use is excellent and can allow for on-time learning. However, some of it may be more obtrusive and may be used for marketing, may be used for other kinds of tracking, and kind of puts the profit edge on it that some educators and many educators feel uncomfortable about. In fact, many state education departments are uneasy about the use of student data and student metadata. So, will this metadata be used to enhance learning or create profits and marketing funnels? So I am a school media specialist in training and also a social studies teacher, and it was interesting to do this work and to look into the issue of data mining, because there are other factors besides how to use the tool and how to use it as an educator, but also how information about students might be used. So in conclusion, make sure to be sure to think about the data mining issue, what the metadata policies of the tools that you're using, in your classrooms entail. Thank you very much.